Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Global Youth Multicultural Forum. I'm Wang Lepeng from Beijing University of Chinese Medicine. So today we will talk about the experience and international recognition of traditional Chinese medicine culture. And we have invited international talents from different countries, different background. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to introduce the organizer for this forum is International Culture Communication Center of CICG and also International Communication Center of Traditional Chinese Medicine of BUCM. And this forum is co-organized by Alumni Talent Alliance. Okay, so before we start the discussion, I'd like to invite the attendants today to say a few words about yourself. Okay, which country are you from, and what's your name, and what do you study here, and what do you do here? Okay, so first let's welcome Ma He to start. Okay.
Hey everyone, first of all, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here. My name is Ma He. I'm from Afghanistan. I've been living in China for the past 8 years. I did my bachelor's and master's degree here in the University of International Business and Economics. And I was lucky enough to start multiple businesses. So I'm the founder of InHub. At the same time, we have a nonprofit called International Alumni Talent Alliance, which is helping foreign students find opportunities. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Feliz. My Chinese name is Yuanhua. I'm from Turkey and I studied international relations in my undergraduate, and for my master I studied teaching Chinese as a second language. At that time I found I'm interested in language and also Chinese culture. After my graduation, I've been working in education industry, also organized some events in Turkish Culture Center. So glad to be here. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Taj. My Chinese name is Taji. I'm from Afghanistan. I'm doing my bachelor here in China from University of Chinese Medicine.
Hello, my name is Timei Chin. So usually my friends call me TMC. It's my initial, so my Chinese name is Zemei Jun. I'm from Malaysia. And yeah, I'm doing Chinese medicine in Beijing and operating my own healthcare company. Yeah.
Hello everyone, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. My name is Talha. I'm from Pakistan. I've been in Beijing for almost 6 years now. I did my undergrad in automation engineering, and later I was awarded the Chinese government scholarship to pursue a master's degree in control science and engineering. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I am Liu Zijun. So I'm from one of the organizers for this event today. Our name was CICC, Center for International Cultural Exchange. So our aim is to realize more exchange between different cultures and different countries. So that's also the reason why we organized this event today. And that's also the reason of we gathering everybody here today. So I just finished my study career for almost 2 years, and I graduated from Communication University of China, and my major was international journalism. Thank you.
Hey, hello, I am Musab. My Chinese name is Yang Guang, and international student who is majoring in ethnology. I've been here for some time, and I'm also one of the volunteers of ATA, Alumni Talent Alliance, one of the co-organizers of today's event, and I'm looking forward to the learning experience that we're going to have together today.
Hello everyone, I am from France. My name is Cécile. I'm studying philosophy in Tsinghua University, and I'm also the French-Chinese Association President of Tsinghua University. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kimberly Chen. My friends call me Kim. And then I grew up in the Philippines and Taiwan at the same time. I've been living in China for 3 years already, and currently I'm a startup entrepreneur who's focused on like waste management and sustainable related projects.
Hello, everyone. My name is Munrada. You can call me Rada. I graduated my master in Beida in international relations. I'm from Thailand, and since Thailand has also featured in traditional medicine as well, so I'm particularly interested in learning more about Chinese medicine as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Arnissa. I'm also from Thailand. I did my undergrad and master's degree in international relations. I'm also interested in learning more about traditional Chinese medicine as I'm starting to think about opening a company back in Thailand, merging traditional Chinese medicine and Thai traditional medicine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Welcome again. Okay, so next we'd like to invite Ma He as the General Secretary of International Alumni Talent Alliance to give us a speech.
Once again, I would like to thank everybody for being here. We started ATA with one mission. It was about helping talents, helping alumni explore opportunities. And I'm very honored today that we are able to organize another event which can serve as a platform. Not only that will help fellow alumni, fellow talents to learn about different cultures, learn about different aspects of cultures, but it also is an opportunity for them to get involved and gain exposure to an industry that has not been explored much, but is full of opportunities and it can serve as a bridge between China and especially Belt and Road countries. So that's one of the reasons why we are so passionate about Chinese traditional medicine that can serve as a bridge between our countries and China, and also serves as a very good topic to exchange ideas, to have a dialogue between different civilizations. And also it can be an opportunity for talents to get involved in entrepreneurship. They can start a lot of different businesses or different projects related to Chinese traditional medicine. And hopefully this can also serve as a platform where in future we're able to empower talents from different countries to get involved in Chinese traditional medicine and create more job opportunities and create impact for a better, more healthier world and a better and more healthier Belt and Road. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma He. Thank you for your contribution to the International Alumni Alliance. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's come to our topic. So before our discussion, I'd like to explain what shall we do tonight. Okay, so our focus is about traditional Chinese medicine culture, and I will raise several questions, and you are supposed to talk about it. Okay, so not necessary to answer my question one by one, but I'd like you to discuss, okay? But for some questions, because we have like two international talents who are studying Chinese medicine, maybe for these questions, you will talk about it from different aspects, different like view, all right? Okay, so let's start. So since the topic for today is about traditional Chinese medicine, so my first question is, when talking about traditional Chinese medicine or TCM, what comes to your mind? Okay, Taiji, you don't need to answer, okay? So shall we start? Okay. Yeah, we will talk about it one by one and just pass the microphone, okay?
So when I hear the word traditional Chinese medicine, I think about the rich history that the traditional Chinese medicine has. It dates back to thousands of years ago, which is definitely the most interesting aspect of it. I think it's really really fascinating that all of these natural herbs or the medicinal plants that are being grown in China have been constantly used over this over thousands of years, and are still being used, and that's basically what comes to my mind. But also how China has now developed a proper system to uh, sort of integrate Chinese traditional medicine with the modern medicine. How they have conducted some toxicology results to test the medicines to show that this actually works. That is also definitely a very interesting aspect of it. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Would you like to pass the microphone to yeah, okay. Yes.
When we talk about traditional Chinese medicine, I think for me, acupuncture comes to my mind.
Acupuncture.
Yeah, first. And I myself benefit from it a lot, especially this February. I think I had pain on my neck that time, and I tried a lot of methods over 2 weeks, but it didn't recover. And one of my Chinese friends, he told me, she said, you should try acupuncture. And he brought me to a clinic.
Yeah.
So I did acupuncture, and after 3 times, the pain just went away. And yeah. Also, actually, I met Meiji. She's my doctor.
I see.
Yeah. So she shared a lot of knowledge about traditional Chinese medicine.
Good experience.
Yeah.
We will talk about experience later as well. Okay, so acupuncture comes to your mind first. Okay, thank you. Okay, would you like to go on?
Wow. Thankfully, my doctor is sitting in here as well
okay.
today.
So doctor-patient relation.
Yes.
Okay.
I think if I have to go back, the first thing that comes to my mind is the streets of Kabul. There are like some really tiny, small streets of Kabul where their people are selling different Chinese traditional medicine, Hindi traditional medicine, Afghani traditional medicine. And those herbs plays a big part of our culture, whether it's like it impacts our food, it impacts our well-being. So that's what comes to my mind. But last month, I was neighbor of Taji. So he was trying to tell me about different types of tea. Then he slowly introduced me to acupuncture. He also did those cupping for me. And the same issue is like now every day I have neck pain. I'm like, Taji bro, where are you? We need to find you and we need to pick you up with your needles. And hopefully with your help, the pain will go away. So yeah, I think it's about, it goes back to a traditional culture, to my childhood, but at the same time, it's something that I now pretty much experience on a weekly basis.
All right, so you have good experience because of your doctor. Okay,
yes.
Thank you. Okay, would you pass the to the other? Okay.
Well, for me, the first thing that come up in my mind when it comes to Chinese medicine is understanding our body based on balance. Because I think one of my friends been telling me that when it comes to Chinese medicine is the energy, the balance of energy flow in your body. So I think that's fascinating of how we understand the individual, like the differences in each person's body, but use the science of medicine, traditional medicine, to create that balance.
Well, for me, the first thing that comes to my mind in terms of traditional Chinese medicine is the Chinese medicine itself. So like actually like I grew up in the Philippines and then with like a lot of like Chinese people because like I grew up in a Chinese traditional family. So like every time I get sick, my grandmother or like my parents would give me like natural herbs. And then literally the day after, I feel very energized already. Rather than like when I take Western medicine, it feels like I have to like take some time, like maybe like 3 days to like a week in order for me to like heal back again to my natural stance. So like, yes, it's more of like really effectiveness of the natural herbs.
For me, maybe it's the gua sha. because I had some experience with the gua sha when I was little, because my mom is Chinese and she didn't really want me and my sister to use, Western medicine. So most of the time was Chinese medicine, Chinese traditional medicine. And then I had a lot of gua sha whenever I have a cold or I catch a cold, or so yeah, it's a good experience about it. Yeah, thank you.
Well, first of all, I have to say, when the question was asked, I got very excited. I raised my hand.
Good student.
No, it's because like today I finally got the courage to say I'm going to try acupuncture, and I'm going to try it as soon as possible with with Dr. Taj. So I'm really excited for that. What comes to mind first? There's something that I wasn't able to get out of my mind since I came. Today was that traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, and we have TMC here, one of the doctors that experts that we are having on the panel, and it's really something I think that came to my mind also, like instantly, to think about herbs. As Mahe or Wahid said, also something that comes to my mind, and also goes back to like the way herbs are used as a form of medicine also in Somalia, and also all of these things. But the qi, the yin yang, the balance, and all of these things that have been mentioned is something that I will be very much interested to learn as we go on, and also the combination between the modern and the traditional and all of these aspects. So yeah, let's learn.
So as for me, traditional Chinese medicine is more like a mild cure way for our bodies. Compared with foreign or Western medicine, I think TMC does really, we can say, no harm or little harm to our body. And so on the opposite, it cures your disease. Speed is not that fast as Western or foreign medicines. And for Chinese people, I think TMC is a lifestyle. My mom, so in the drawer of my mom's bedroom, it's full of TMC. So we just prepare them to avoid that some situations happen to our bodies. So that's it.
Thank you. Okay, I'm really happy to know what comes to your mind when talking about Chinese medicine. Some out of my expectation. Let me summarize a little bit. Yeah, you talk about the long history. Yes, we always say Chinese medicine boasts of thousands of years history. Okay, it helped Chinese people. And you talked about some treatment methods, like some keywords, herbs, acupuncture, and gua sha out of my expectation. And also you talked about some characteristic of Chinese medicine, like natural, talk about energy, and it's safe, no harm. And I'm happy to know that you think Chinese medicine already exists in people's daily life. It's like of a lifestyle instead of just a kind of medical treatment. Okay, so I'd like to summarize in the end, but I'm a little disappointed. You do not talk about diagnosis method. It's also something special, all right? But we will talk about that later, okay? So you mentioned when you started to know Chinese medicine, some of you know Chinese medicine from friends, some from family, and especially some Chinese culture related background family. And anybody know about Chinese medicine from some introduction or TV program or multimedia? Anybody get to know Chinese medicine through other channels, other media? You first, okay, Taiji. Okay, talk about when you started to know about Chinese medicine. Okay.
Yeah, for me, I mean, the start of Chinese medicine was from media, from TV programs. I used to work in media, so I used to have chasing different movies or different serials.
Okay, so when was that?
Yes, when it
At
comes
what
to
time?
some, yeah, it was like 2017.
5 years ago.
5 years ago. It's been 5 years. I'm studying
From TV
traditional.
program.
Yes.
It's international TV program or Chinese program, or where did you watch the program?
It was Chinese serial movies, you know. So it was like the traditional Chinese culture it was introducing, and see some like imperials or getting some needle treatments. So I was curious what kind of needle it can be that can cure a person.
Magic.
Yes. So that was the time I started to search about it. Then I find out I can find some people they really have this needle treatment to help them, even from Afghanistan. So, but for me, basically, I'm interested to learn. I'm very passionate to learn about the medicals. But then I find out maybe I can start to study some new ways like needles or traditional Chinese medicine.
Okay. Okay. Happy to know your experience. So how about you, Meijun? How did you know Chinese medicine, get to know Chinese medicine before you started to learn Chinese medicine?
I actually, before I born, my mom ate a lot of the 无鸡白凤丸 because it's not easy for her to get pregnant that time. So every day 2 无鸡白凤丸 until she had me. Yeah. So after she have me in her stomach, then like she don't know what's the reason she like to eat bak kut teh. Do you know the research in Malaysia, bak kut teh? It's actually a lot of Chinese medicine, herbs, and in the soup.
It's a kind of soup.
Yeah.
With steak and some herbs, right?
Yes, and onion. Yeah. So I only want to eat that. Other than that, she will vomit after eating. So
she's smart, right? Food as medicine.
so I don't know. I don't know why. So but I want to be doctor since I'm child, and actually that time I don't know Chinese medicine. I was like I want to be Western medicine doctor. So after my secondary school, I went to a a Chinese herb shop, and for part time. So that is my first time approach to Chinese medicine. Then I thought like, oh, I don't want to study Western medicine. I want to like try to study Chinese medicine. I see how it works and it's very efficient. So this is my first time.
Yeah, you are very wise. Okay. So we talked about so many good things about Chinese medicine. I want to ask you, is there any bad impression about Chinese medicine? You can tell me the truth, okay? I'm curious. Any bad impression? For example, okay.
I've heard of one, but I've never tried it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard just like 黄婆, like yellow poop. And then like basically like in the Qing dynasty or Ming dynasty, so like because there was a prince or like a princess, like she got sick, and then because the doctor doesn't know how to like treat this princess, right? So like literally they're like looking for like different kinds of natural herbs, different kinds of like like herbs to actually like treat this princess. And then there was like this guy, he introduced Huangpu, and then like afterwards I forgot the name actually. Is it called Huangpu? But then like it's like translated into like yellow poop.
I think acupuncture,
是吧?
yes.
Right. So maybe like I don't like fully remember the history itself, but then maybe like you can like tell more about it. Yes, I'm actually quite curious about that.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. Any other bad impression? Okay.
I cannot say bad impression because I think I'm not educated about this topic that much, but I think there's sometimes this, for example, in order to extract certain types of herbs or drugs and stuff, I think some animals gets harmed along the way, especially, for example, rhinos and all these other things, right? So that might be one of the concerns, and that's what is holding a lot of international people like, a little bit back, because they are afraid of what kind of how it will impact like the ecology, how it might impact like certain animals, and some certain animals are almost like especially if they're rare, so they're close to extinction, and we need to figure out ways how to protect them. So that might be one of the cases I think we need to learn more about. We need to be more educated about how we can have like a proper Chinese medicine practice. At the same time, we can have like, a proper or like take care of the wildlife as well. Yeah, I think that might be a good topic to discuss.
Okay, thank you. That's also something I'd like to add. Actually, when we talk about 中药, international friends always talk about herbs. But actually for 中药, we have not only herbs, but also minerals and also animal parts. But herbs covers the majority. That's why international people or even some Chinese doctors always call herbal medicine. But actually, I personally prefer to call it Chinese medicinals. Okay, it is true that we did use some animal parts, but now the government has some like limitation out of like what we consider to like protect some like wild animals. Very good suggestion. I'm very happy to know that. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you for your explanation, by the way. Great host, always giving the summary, always. I think, I don't know, by the way, anything about or like to say about Chinese medicine, but we all have biases. That is part about being human being. And how to make those biases in check sometimes something that can be useful or helpful is to get the information. So the effectiveness aspect, for example, when we think about the procedures, and although it's very complex, as you said, and so diversified. So you go to hospital and you go a procedure of what we call like a modern medicine, or you go to a traditional way, although both work. For me personally, I might be hesitant to go for the traditional one first. I might be willing more to go to these, although modern and traditional, I mean, these words can be put into question, quote unquote. So I will be very much interested to hear about the scientific methodologies or aspect and what the science says. And by the way, it really fascinates that our doctor here got introduced to Chinese medicine even before she was born. Perhaps that's where the inspiration comes from. So I'm looking forward to your answer. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Interesting. So have you ever heard any diagnostic methods or have you experienced any diagnostic methods of Chinese medicine? Okay, anybody especially?
Well, yeah. Well, because I grew up in Chinese family, so I also studied in a Chinese school. So every single month, we have to go to clinic, and then of course the doctor there is actually like practicing traditional Chinese medicine, and basically what he does, he has a flashlight, like he will put it like in front of my eyes and then like check if it's like all good. I don't know what he's checking, and then like sometimes he's gonna tell us to like open our mouth and then put down the tongue, and then afterwards 有那个把脉, and then and also pulse taking, and also what do you call that, the scaloptosis, the stethoscope, basically to hear the heartbeat. Yeah, so I think that's my experience. Yeah.
Okay, so anything else?
So I think for Chinese people, when we go to the hospital, there are two types of go to seeing the doctor. One kind is we just see the normal doctor. They will.
You mean Chinese medicine abnormal?
No. It's special. Yeah, it's special. Yeah. We see the normal doctor because we got a we got a disease that we need to be cured.
Abnormal?
Sorry.
Okay. All right, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to think about how to speak in English correctly.
Yeah, you mean modern medicine and the traditional medicine, okay?
Yeah.
Or Western medicine and Chinese medicine, okay?
Yeah. So when we go to, I still say normal. You can get what my meaning, right? Yeah. So when we go to see the normal doctor, the situation is our disease have to be quickly cured. So the doctor will treat us by asking. So are you uncomfortable? Where is the uncomfortable place? And they will give you medicine. But if we go to see the Chinese traditional medicine doctor, we are often in a symptom that is not that urgent. So if I have skin issues or I have some woman issues, I will go to see the Chinese traditional medicine doctor because that is a long-term body problems that I need to solve. Yes, so that's my experience.
Okay, thank you. So I can't wait to invite Meijun to share with you the Chinese medicine diagnostic methods, all right?
We have 望闻问切. For Western medicine, we have 视触叩听. So for Chinese medicine, we have 望闻问切. So the first one, 望, we observe the difference or the color of the face, the lips, tongue, everything, even your movement. So this is the 望 part. So 闻 is like a smell, listen. Maybe some smiles from the patient, or we listen to he or her voice, his or her voice. This is 闻. So the last one will be 切. 切 means pulse taking. Also, we do some checking maybe on her or his stomach. So this is the 切 part. So 望闻问切, 4 part.
Okay, thank you. So you just get a rough idea about our diagnostic method, okay? And later we will have an experience procedure. All right, thank you. So this is diagnostic methods, and we talked about some treatment methods. And all this must be based on some philosophical basis. So when talking about the philosophical basis of Chinese medicine, what do you know about that?
I think me and Taji, we had a lot of conversations about it. And I was trying to think about how we can scientifically justify Chinese traditional medicine. And as we were discussing, the idea of 5 elements came up, and so he started explaining a lot of things to me, and it started slowly making a lot of sense for me, right? For example, just the practice of acupuncture itself. If you think about it, the most effective Western medicine practice is injection. They inject, they use needles, they inject some drugs. That's like the most fastest way that you can get healed. So at the same time, like how your body, for example, the flow of your blood, your veins, how it's connected with your neural tissues and everything. So having needles to stimulate your body and to stimulate like certain organs in your body makes a lot of sense. But how through thousands of years that people were able to find a correlation between what kind of, for example, one of the things that Taji told me, which was very interesting, is what kind of herbs, what kind of medicine you need to eat in which season, what might be much more useful, which also makes a lot of sense, right? Because they even says like in English, they say like your stomach, gastronomy is your second brain. What you eat really impacts and affects your body, your emotions, your feelings, even your perspective toward different things, right? So I think going back to the basics of the 5 elements, how your body reacts to the nature, how you cope with the nature, and how these different herbs, different practices stimulates different organs of your body, and how you perceive these things really matters. And I would also like go to another way is like another key factor for Chinese traditional medicine is the believing about it. And a lot of the people might not agree with that, but luckily there's a good practice in Western medicine for that as well, called the placebo effect. For example, they induce like maybe sugar or something else that you might think is drugs, and you somehow convince yourself that you're treated, and then by power of belief you actually heal up. So at the same time, I think if we think about it like this, if we go back to the basic of the treatments of Chinese, it is basically the science of coexistence with the nature and how nature impacts you. And if we can have like different frameworks and structures that can put them in different brackets, and how in different seasons different practices impacts your body, it started making a lot of sense to me. And that's one of the reasons I slowly became a big believer of it. And then now I actually think that Chinese medicine is way more effective and way more quicker, because it's again going back to either injection or a needle. So needle might be the better option for me.
Okay, thank
Yes.
you. So, Ma He talked about 5 elements. So I'm happy that you know 5 elements. So besides 5 elements, we have another philosophical basis. It's also the philosophical basis for Chinese traditional culture, not only for medicine. That's great. Okay, in the Tai Chi, yin and yang. Okay, so that's 2 aspects of one thing or one phenomena in nature. For example, now in this room, for gender, we have male and female, right? So do you think male or female, which is yin, which is yang? Yang is for male, like Yang Guang, see? He's male, right? Yang Guang, okay. Female, do you all agree? Are you male or female? Female, sure. Do you think you are yin or yang?
I think it depends on my mood.
So yeah, she thinks sometimes you are yang, okay? That is true. Yin and yang are not fixed. Talking about gender, of course, you are yin for sure. But she also talked about the mood. When happy, excited, okay, like Yang Guang, okay, like yang, right? Like static or quiet, it's yin. So that depends. But that's also depends on which category. For example, I'm male, I'm young, okay? And in this room, now I'm like, for example, I'm teacher and you're students, then I'm yang, you're yin. But sometimes I'm yin when I'm quiet. For example, Taiji and I like play balls together. He's more energetic, but I'm slow. So for this category, he's yang, I'm yin, okay? So we talk about yin yang, we talked about 5 elements, okay? And we have something else as the foundations of Chinese medicine, okay? Have you ever heard of qi? Okay, do you understand qi? Anybody who has some idea about qi?
Mostly from Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda, okay. Okay, yeah, you think it's energy, right? Okay, flow of energy. Okay, thank you. Any other like foundations for Chinese medicine? We have qi as a like substance, energy. Anything else? Huh? Yeah, we have body fluid, body like fluid, and also blood. Okay, qi, xue, jin, ye. All right. So another philosophy, it's the most fundamental one. Actually, you talked about this idea just now. Actually, I should summarize in the end, but I can't wait to share with you. That's the correspondence between human and nature, because man is part of nature. See, so all our like physiology and pathology and all our like health cultivation guidance should be based on like corresponding to the nature. For example, you talk about different seasons, different environment, different body constitution. We give different kind of treatment. All right? Okay, thank you. So my next question is, have you ever experienced or do you have your own traditional like medicine back in your country? Do you have traditional like medicine? I know in like India they have like yes. Okay, would you like to share? How much do you know about your like traditional medicine?
I'm sure every country they have their own traditional medicine. So as they have their own medicinals. So in our country, Afghanistan, one of the most famous is saffron. So when I started I started studying in China, so I find out this saffron is a Chinese medicine. But in our country, it's as used as a tea. So we usually
In
drink
China, we
it.
call it 红花.
Yes.
It can like activate blood circulation.
Blood
right?
circulation, yes.
Okay, thank you. Any other like yeah? Yeah, I know Thai massage.
Yeah. Okay. So Thai massage is probably one of the most famous and well-known traditional Thai medicine. Well, not really medicine, but way to
It's kind of treatment.
treatment to help with your pain. But I think another aspect is also herbal medicine. Maybe you've heard of Kratom, or Americans call it Kratom, which is now very popular in America, but it just got legalized in Thailand, and it helps to alleviate, let's say, anxieties. But it's more of it's grown in the wild, but so yeah, it's something that we're now promoting. Another aspect is also probably in Thai traditional medicine, we crush herbs to help with pains and put it on your basically your body. And I'm sure in other countries in Southeast Asia, they probably do this as well.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to add, I think like every country has their own traditional medicine, but I think it is quite integrated. Like if you think about it, like Silk Road and other ways, like how these cultures evolved and like exchange throughout the history. I don't think we can go to the root of, are they really different, or probably they all stem from one single place, right? So I think maybe the world, like not every country have their own special traditional medicine, but we have one, I would say, general or integrated traditional medicine, which throughout the history, some practices were forgotten, some practices were kept in certain cultures, some cultures have like, a better preservation of their history. So that's my understanding of the traditional medicine with everybody.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
So, as everyone said, each country has their own traditional methods of treating diseases and health issues. And so, of course, Pakistan also has its own traditional medicine. Pakistan hosts over 6,000 different plant species, and from those plants, many sorts of compounds are extracted. I don't know the exact name, but I know that many are used to treat cardiac issues. And from some herbs, some oil is extracted as well, which is mainly used to treat sprained ankles or bones. It's used as a sort of massage oil. Although Pakistani massage is not popular, but it's a very traditional way to treat broken bones or sprained bones. And there are many traditional medicine practitioners all over the country who would massage you with those herbs or traditional oils. And it actually magically works, sometimes even much more effective than the modern medicine. So yeah, that's what I would like to say.
Okay, thank you.
I would say first, but it's too much. Like weed and everything.
I would like to share because Malaysia is a multicultural country, so we have Indian, Malay, Chinese. So we have Chinese medicine in Malaysia, and for Indian we have Ayurveda and Malay massage. There's quite a lot of different treatment, and we have some herbs also, like Tongkat Ali, Kachi Fatima, but I don't really understand a lot because I study Chinese medicine. I'm more focused on the Chinese medicine. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm very curious. How about Yang Guang in your country? Do you have traditional medicine, and what's it about?
I'm the last person who can talk about that. The thing is, of course, traditional, medicines have existed throughout the history, as been mentioned several times, and Wahid has put it in a very articulate way. Specifically, when we talk about the Somali traditional ways of curing diseases, I know people use different sorts of herbs. I don't know the names. I need to learn more about that. And there is something that's coming to my mind of when we talk about medicine or treatment in general, and the different ways people use to treat themselves. One is through herbs. There's also the Quran, which comes to my mind. Will that count as some sort of treatment? These kind of religious way of using certain ceremonial things to kind of go through that as a way of treatment. But as I said, I need to learn more about the Somali traditional way of treatment, and perhaps I might share more next time.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I have one interesting question. Anybody here who have never experienced the Chinese medicine? So you never. Okay, so only two? Three. Okay.
Well, it depends. Chinese medicine is very huge. So
experience a treatment and a diagnosis.
Not diagnosis but I have had some herbs. Some things.
Yeah, you have some herbs. Okay. So the rest all experienced. All right. So my next question is, what did you experience, and how did you feel, and how's the treatment and how about the effect? Is that effective? Okay, I wonder, Xixi, you experienced the gua sha, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So how was it like, and how did you feel about it?
I remember at first the gua sha was a little bit hurtful, but little by little it was kind of comfortable at the end. And what amazed me each time is after the gua sha, when I just starting to have a little disease, or mostly catching a cold during winter, or I directly asked my mom, I need to do gua sha now on the neck or in the back, and then magically the second day is all gone. And
okay, it's amazed. At the beginning you feel it's painful, but gradually you are addicted to it.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. Have you ever watched one movie called Gua Sha? No? Okay, I strongly recommend you watch it. Okay, it's about also some cultural conflict, because after Gua Sha you will see it's very bloody, and in America I think they abuse the kids. Yes, yeah. I have the two with me, so later when we do the experience, I'd like to show you. Okay, so when talking about gua sha, my next question: anybody who experienced cupping? You experience cupping. Kaji, you experienced cupping many times. I did cupping on you many times with the different tools: bamboo one, glass one, plastic one, different shapes, even the heart one. Okay, so you experienced cupping. Okay, anybody else you experienced? Okay, so you also. Okay, so would you like to share your experience with cupping?
So my first time and the only time that I tried cupping was actually probably 5 or 6 months ago.
Only once.
Once for my entire life in China. And because like at that time, like I just wanted like a massage because like my body was hurting, and then like the lady was like telling me you should get cupping. I was like, I've never tried that, but I was like, okay, let's try it out. And the cupping that I tried is the glass one, and then afterwards like there was a lot of blood came out.
Blood stasis.
Right, exactly, and then it felt good afterwards.
Then how did you feel afterwards?
Yeah, it felt good. Like and like afterwards, like it felt good, and but then the day after, I felt really light, I would say.
Okay,
Yes.
so have you already addicted to it?
Not
yet.
particularly yet. Not yet.
All right.
Not yet.
Okay, how about you
Yeah.
too? Tell us your experience.
Actually, my experience, I think, is quite similar with Kim.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then once?
Once, and it was very long time ago, maybe 7 years ago.
Okay, so
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah, but the first I was afraid because like oh yeah, and the fire on it.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
fire.
So I thought it will I will hurt. But after that, feel quite relaxing, and the second day I feel very light.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I got addicted to it. Like I did the first time, so I would say it's like it stayed like those. I would say stain or however you call it. It stayed for like almost 2-3 months, but then I went the second time and it went away in 2-3 weeks. I was like, okay, this is fun. Then I went again, and it kind of happened like once a month. And then when I started going, I was like, okay, could you add a couple of more? It's like maybe one in here, maybe one in here. But I think it is quite useful. It is. Yes, it does actually. For example, it's a type of massage that it pulls all of your muscles and all of your blood. When it releases bad, it kind of feels like the blood is just pumped back in your body, right? And then the next day, it's just the overall blood flow and blood circulation is, you actually feel it's way more smoother or way more better. So that really makes a lot of like difference, I say.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay.
I will say what I did several times cupping, and what did I enjoy the most was the little pain of it. Especially after you're done and later on you lay down. I mean, there's something about the places of the cupping, and oh god, that was fantastic. And the other thing that's coming to my mind is that my grandma was big fan of cupping, and I don't know, what do you call after the cupping and you remove the blood? I mean, what's that?
No. It's like blood. Latin is like remove some blood.
Yeah.
That's like suck the local area, and but the blood will all yes.
I
come
know,
to
but
the
there's
area.
this other one that you take the blood out of the body.
血罐, yeah, we have that kind of
Yes.
like
My-
take blood first. Cup.
My grandma used to do that.
Okay.
And she used to enjoy that, and that was very interesting. Oh yeah, so that
Yeah,
comes to my
in
mind.
my clinical work, I always do this on patients for some special disease like high blood pressure, diabetes, and so on, and also like insomnia. Is effective, but it looks like bloody. All right, okay. So, have you experienced acupuncture?
I would love to.
You experience?
No, I would love that.
You love to. Okay, so we will give you a chance to. you experience acupuncture.
Yeah, I've
okay.
experienced acupuncture when I was back in Thailand. Actually, I went to acupuncture not because my body was hurting, but my partner was doing it at the time too, and he's very adamant on me doing it as well, because he said that it really helped him. And the first time I did it, I was actually really scared because of all the needles, but I think when I did it, I fell asleep right away. And I thought it was actually 15 minutes, but actually time went by like I think an hour. So, and I've continuously done acupuncture, and I felt my body being more relaxed. Anxieties, because I had anxieties before, and it really helped with my anxieties, but also my digestion. So I felt like I couldn't see it, but inside my body, like there was something being done positively. Yeah.
I was the guinea pig or the lab rat for Taji for a month, I would say. Yeah, every probably like face, body, shoulders, almost everywhere. The I think the most effective one was Nick, especially like I think from like we play on computers or use laptops all the time. So like Nick pain is very often, it's very chronic, and sometimes the work stress and everything it just adds up, right? And especially just last week, I think Taji stick some needles and did the acupuncture for my neck, and I literally felt more relaxed, and also I just felt like the stress is going away from my body. Still, it was quite useful, and I was very surprised that by having acupuncture on your toes, you can have a proper sleep. So very interesting.
I'm very happy to hear this experience because in Chinese medicine, we have like concept of holism. The body is an organic whole, so we do not like treat disease on head only by like treating the head. Actually, it's connected by channels and collaterals, so it's internally, externally related. So we maybe do acupuncture on the feet, but it's connected to the head by channels and collaterals. That's one of our characteristic. I'm very happy to you found that's something special. Okay, so have you ever like tried the decoction? I mean the formula mixed different herbs together, different medicinal together, then boil and then take. Have you ever tried? You tried, okay?
Yeah, 四物 and
you tried the
五谷。
四物汤.
对，
what's that for?
Ooh, great question. So like, 好像 it's like to like make your body cooler, I think. Is that correct?
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, 四物 like namely 4 like different herbs. It's called wu because they belong to the same category. They are all like 25 blood, but they have different focus. But all the 4 like herbs, it's a formula, very good for ladies to 25 blood. We also have 四君子 decoction for gentlemen decoction, also 4 kinds of herbs. It's 25 qi. That's very popular. Okay, so but I still wonder after you drinking, although it's only 4, like how's the taste?
Oh, not good.
Can you describe what does that taste like?
Because like I used to like drink that when I was like still a little child, so like maybe like during elementary days, and then like a little bit during high school, but then afterwards I stopped. So it was like in my memories like kind of like bitter. So literally, so like literally after I drink it, I have to like have the prunes to like eat the prunes to like like lower down the taste. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we have different forms of medicine, like the decoction is one kind, and the pills, and also we have many others. I wonder, some of you mentioned the herbal tea just now, right? Have you ever tried any herbal tea? Yang Guang tried herbal tea, right?
Well, I have no idea about the names, but I tried a lot of herbal things, especially every time I get cold or cough.
Cold, you mean common cold?
Yeah, the common cold. I do take like ginger and mix. I go to the store.
Ginger soup. Okay, that's.
I don't know if that counts.
It's a kind of herbal tea. Okay, so I want to share with you something special for Chinese medicine. One character is called like we treat the whole body as an organic whole, holism. Yeah, right? Another is we call that patent differentiation, or like patent differentiation, and also like 辩证论治 treatment based on patent differentiation. Yang Guang talked about common cold, and he took ginger tea, but I have one question. Do you think for any kind of cold, is ginger tea effective? Or whether we should always take ginger tea when we catch a cold? Okay.
Actually, when I was younger, I went to a Chinese traditional medicine doctor, and he said that I'm a 凉性体质 because my
Cool
feet,
nature, the constitution. Okay.
yeah, my feet and my hand was always cold.
Cold
And
lips.
then, so when you say about like ginger soap, I had a lot of that. Yeah, so
Okay,
I think it's for 凉性体质, like the ginger one. And
Why you think ginger is good for cool-natured body?
I think because it gives some heat. I don't know, warm in the body.
Ginger like contains heat, you mean?
Yeah, I think it's a bit. I don't know how to explain it like really, but yeah, kind of linked, I think.
Well, first of all, I have to say, I never thought my cold hand is kind of have explanation. Now, now I'm learning that there's this cold nature thing. The other thing is that, of course, human bodies vary, and will that, going back to your question, will ginger tea, every time going to work? Probably not. So, and you are the doctor, so perhaps I will be willing to hear more about the differences and the different options that different people might have.
Meijun, would you like to share with like friends for common cold from the view of Chinese medicine? How do we have like patent differentiation?
Okay, so okay, we call it common cold because of the word cold. So everyone think that we will feel cold, but actually
Actually, two very important words. But actually,
some people only feel the cold, but some they may feel sore throat. So it's actually fever also. So it's actually there is heat inside the body. So if this is the situation and you drink the ginger tea, then your symptom will get more serious because you gain more heat inside your body. So actually the cold, common cold, there is a lot of common cold.
Okay.
Isn't it the one like 上火了然后就感冒?
Very good question. 上火 does not necessarily cause 感冒 cold. For cold, let me explain the patent differentiation. At least we have like, we call that the wind cold pattern and the wind heat pattern. Okay, at least we have to. Also, we have like summer heat pattern as well, and also qi deficiency pattern. But the most common one is wind cold and wind heat. We call about wind, cold, heat. They're all like natural phenomena in nature. So Asian people observe the nature and also observe the cause of diseases. Then we use analogy to describe the cause of diseases, also describe the pattern. For example, the character of like a wind cold, like people feel really cold and a headache and like sneeze and like light colored phlegm and so. But for wind heat pattern, on the contrary, people have a sore throat, like red tongue, yellow coating, yellow phlegm, and even fever. On this occasion, if you take ginger, it will become more serious because ginger is warm or hot natured. For any food and like herbs or medicine, we have like at least 4 natures: cool, cold, warm, and hot. So we choose different natured like drugs or herbs based on the pattern. Got it? For example, for like hot natured disease like fever, we use cold or cool natured medicinals. The same to food. That's another characteristic of Chinese medicine. Okay, I'm very like happy to hear like ginger is a typical example. Okay, so talking about herbal tea, I'd like to ask you some like very common herbs. For example, chrysanthemum. It's very popular in China. Do you know? Have you ever tried the chrysanthemum tea? 菊花茶. You try?
And also like in Chinese like restaurants or like wherever you go, literally they give you.
Okay. Do you know any function of chrysanthemum tea?
No.
No. Okay. Can you guess? For better sleep?
Better
Are you sure?
To aid digestion.
Digestion? Okay. Any other like guess? No?
Well, Taji, my doctor's.
Okay, Taji will explain. Oh, chrysanthemum tea, very popular in China.
I think personally I use it a lot because as it's in Chinese medicine, it's said it's related with one of organs in your body. It's called liver. So I always use it because as in Chinese medicine, we come to this kind of 5 elements or body organs. We can say that we can relate this tea to our organs inside body, the liver, and then liver goes to the eyes. So, and this tea have this liangxing or how it's cool nature. Yes. So I usually prefer to drink it in summer. So because it can take the heat off my body, so make the inside organs feel more, find the balance, not so heat.
Okay. Yeah, chrysanthemum is cool in nature, and it clear away, we call it the wind heat. For example, when we like watch computer a lot, we feel like uncomfortable with our eyes, we use chrysanthemum tea, and also sore throat. Like in summer, it clear away the inner heat, like you mentioned, 上火. But the common cold caused by 上火 is always, we call it wind heat cold, okay? Then we use cool-natured, like some medicinals, okay? So I have one more question. It's not about herbs, it's about food. So let's talk about meat. I wonder how much knowledge do you know about the nature of meat? For example, we have mutton, lamb. Mutton is lamb, right? Okay. Beef, pork, like a duck. Okay. So I have a multiple choice question.
Also seafood.
Okay, seafood.
The nature of the meat is like delicious.
Such a foodie. Okay. So like Xixi mentioned, she has like a cool-natured constitution, right? So what kind of meat would you like to recommend to her for like really cold or cool-natured, like cold lips, especially in winter? What kind of meat would you like to recommend to Xixi? You also you can make conclusion later. Okay. How about you can guess what kind of meat?
I just try to guess.
Beef.
Because beef is known to be
like warm-natured.
I think it's protein rich.
Oh, you talk about the protein. Okay.
But that also means that it is it provides warmth, I guess.
So you think it's a warm-natured, right?
I think, and I've also heard.
Yeah, based on your observation.
Yes,
right?
and then from what I've been told by my elders that it's so whenever if someone is prone to ulcers in mouth, right? They're asked not to eat too much beef.
Too much beef.
Yeah,
okay.
or heat products.
So generally, that's based on their experience,
yes,
right?
Mainly on experience.
Congratulations, you are correct. Beef is warm-natured. How about lamb? How about like mutton?
If I have to make a guess, what I would do is line up all these different types of meat and have like a color spectrum from extremely red to extremely white. So you
Okay.
have beef, pork, then go to lamb, then maybe jump to chicken, and then slowly go to fishes and stuff. So that's my approach to making it from hot to cold.
That's interesting logic, but that's not true in Chinese medicine. Okay, generally mutton is also hot-natured, even like hotter, like warmer than beef. But the duck, duck is cool-natured, and the same to the pork. So we call that can nourish our yin. Okay, that's why in Beijing we always eat roast duck because it's cool in nature. Then we roast it with fire. That's all called of like balance. For chicken, it's hot natured as well, warm nature. So we boil chicken soup. Okay, so that's a natural balance. Okay, I mean interesting to know your understanding about like food and also medicine. I mean the natures. Okay, so actually it exists in our daily life. Okay, so my last question for this forum. Okay, now we talked about so much Chinese medicine, and now a lot of international friends want to understand or know about Chinese medicine. Already some like sportsmen, swimmers already experience some Chinese medicine treatment. So, but some people, of course, they doubt about it, and also they are like looker on. They hold their own opinions on Chinese medicine. But if you are supposed to introduce Chinese medicine to them, what would you say, or what would you do? Okay, what would you say if someone asks you, "Oh, you study in China? I want to try Chinese medicine. What's your opinion? Would you like to recommend?" What would you say? 马赫, you are the leader, okay? 叫 key opinion, 叫 KOL, 叫啥 key opinion leader, okay? What would you say if someone asks you to recommend or talk about Chinese medicine? I mean, international friends.
Well, I think it would be three things. So the first thing is for you to how to understand Chinese medicine. I think today we discussed two things. It can be a drink, it can be a food, all right? So we say you're already consuming Chinese medicine. So the more you learn about it, you're just more aware of it and you can make better choices. Like don't eat lamb if you're hot natured.
If you have like 上火.
Yes. I think that would be the first thing. The second step would be is how you could understand like the basic logic behind it. And I think everybody is like yin and yang. I think more people believe in balance, more people believe in flow, the blood flow and everything, right? So I think that will be the second step. And if they want to learn Chinese medicine, I think for that part, we can actually introduce them to what are the opportunities after they study Chinese medicine. Because at the end of the day, the purpose of education is trying to contribute to society. And if we can convince them in a way that the studying Chinese medicine or doing the Chinese medicine practice can be a very noble cause and a very good contribution to society, at the same time, a very good entrepreneurship opportunity or a career opportunity, I do believe that they will be convinced. And hopefully we're able to do that through this event and hopefully in future events as well.
Thank you. Okay, Phyllis, what would you say to friends?
I think if my friend has some problem, maybe I will just tell them go to try acupuncture or drink the medicine because it helped me a lot. So it seems like scary in the beginning, but I will tell them my experience. Also, I want to share like knowledge today I learned. For example, food has cool nature or warm nature. I think it's not that difficult to involve in daily life. I would like to introduce them.
Then Taji, what would you like to do? Show them your back picture with the cupping.
The back cuppings, okay.
I will share with the audience Taji's back picture with a cupping side later. Okay,
I have a lot. So, what I want to say is about it doesn't matter if it's Chinese medicine or any other medicine. I mean, for a doctor, what can he do is, if you say he can help you only 30 to 40% if you're sick, this is the amount that a doctor can help you. But if you come to see the logic of traditional Chinese medicine. So it's always about yin and yang, which is the balance of these two phenomena. So what does it mean? It means that we can choose this kind of lifestyle and to have like as the nature have this balance, to find this balance in our body. So when we found it, then we have another phenomenon inside our, as we call it, energy. That's called qi. So if you balance the yin and yang, then your body will naturally get well. For example, if you have a scar there on your body skin, if you even don't use this medicine treatment, it will get well. It doesn't matter in 1 week or 2 or 3 days. So that's what I want to say. To find this balance inside our body and let the qi to help our body. Yeah.
Got it? Okay. Thank you.
I will let my friend to experience the pulse taking. So after the pulse taking, I will explain what happened inside his or her body. So then only I have the chance to explain the theory of the Chinese medicine. And that time, I think he or her will really listen about the theory. So this is my method. Yeah.
If someone were to ask me about traditional Chinese medicine, I think what I would say to them is that traditional Chinese medicine is more of a lifestyle than an immediate cure. It's a lifestyle of finding balance for your body, and just stay fit on a daily basis rather than only consuming it when you're sick. So I would say it's a lifestyle that anyone can adopt, and it's if you want to stay healthy and you want to try a different approach, traditional Chinese medicine would be a way to go.
I think I would say traditional Chinese medicine is really a good way to nurse your health. It will bring your body into a healthier cycle. And no matter where you feel uncomfortable, you will finally find a way or one kind of a treatment to cure you. I think if you feel comfortable anywhere, you can just try traditional Chinese medicine for one time, only one time. I think at least you will not feel disgusted. Yeah.
Just try it.
Yeah,
Go to
just
the
try
abnormal
once.
doctor. All right.
I mean, our doctors, our friends have said a lot of good points. One key word that you have mentioned in your question was resistance, someone who is resistant to this experience. And I mean, life's an experience, and to expand it is the goal. But sometimes fear can get in the way of expanding that experience and can limit our curiosity and our willingness towards something. So what I will say before even we address, experiencing Chinese medicine, it's a good chance to learn about ourselves. Like, if I am resisting, why am I resisting? If I'm fearful towards this, or if we are always afraid of the unknown. I mean, as human beings, generally speaking, although fear can have different roots. So what I will say, it's a good chance to reflect about my standing, of my why, and slowly to kind of like grow out of that and be more open to more experience towards life. That's what I want to say.
Okay. So Musab, such a sunshine boy, encourage people to be open-minded, right? Just try it, okay? Life is an experience. Thank you.
I think it will be very interesting to learn more about Chinese traditional medicine, because I think it's a good starting point to get to know a bit more Chinese philosophy and Chinese culture, because Chinese philosophy and TCM, I think, is very linked. And so like it's a good start for, learning more about Chinese culture. Yeah.
As for me, I'm probably one of the person who have the least experience when it comes to traditional Chinese medicines. And I think at first what prevent me from doing it is actually fears from not knowing. But I think from today's sessions, everyone's has actually like taught me that you don't have to choose one or another. Actually, it's really a lifestyle. And what really helped me is when you know the theory, when the doctor tell me what he's doing and what it will create to my body. And I think after these sessions, I think I will start trying something maybe not so extreme, but I'll definitely get down to Chinese, like traditional Chinese medicine.
Yeah, hope you have like good experience today. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for me, basically, disease is dis-ease. So I feel that traditional Chinese medicine is basically to help you feel dis-ease. Yeah, short and concise.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy to hear like so many interesting opinions from international friends. Okay, thank you very much. And then next session, would like to get connected with an professor from Spain, Jun Pablo Malto Ripo. He is Spanish psychoneuroacupuncture professor. Okay, let's welcome.
Buenas, soy el profesor Juan Pablo Moltó Ripoll. Soy el director del Instituto Internacional de Acupuntura Científica y Ciencias de la Salud. Al mismo tiempo, soy el presidente de la Asociación Española de Psiconeuroacupuntura y el vicepresidente de la Asociación Iberoamericana de Acupuntura Científica. Es para mí, por lo tanto, un placer estar con todos ustedes en este foro, pudiendo hablar de cuál es nuestro trabajo en nuestra institución, qué es lo que estamos haciendo a nivel internacional y a nivel nacional dentro del área de la acupuntura científica y de la herbolaria. Nuestro objetivo, por lo tanto, ha sido siempre divulgar nuestra ciencia básica a nivel internacional. Es un placer informarles a todos que en la Universidad Estatal del Valle de Catepec, en México, la universidad pública, hace 2 años la psiconeuroacupuntura, que fue nuestro trabajo y nuestra investigación, fue aprobada como maestría universitaria. Por lo tanto, podemos decir que parte de nuestro trabajo hoy en día es regulado por universidades públicas, donde la acupuntura se da como una ciencia. Nuestro objetivo en nuestra institución es la investigación en ciencia básica y ciencia aplicada. Para tal fin, lo que hacemos es producir muchísima literatura. A continuación, les presento parte de mi trabajo en el área de la literatura. Tenemos varias secciones. La primera es la de herbolaria china con plantas del mundo. Aquí tenemos los libros que he escrito en esa temática. Luego tenemos medicina china y acupuntura científica. Tenemos libros como acupuntura clínica, análisis cualitativos sistémicos de los patrones en medicina china, acupuntura y oncología, acupuntura y epigenética, acupuntura láser, acupuntura embriología y ginecología, acupuntura estética, medicina china y virus, COVID persistente y acupuntura zonal, acupuntura inflamación y conducta, etcétera, etcétera. Son más de 35 libros los que hemos ido escribiendo. Aquí tenemos el libro de psiconeuroacupuntura, las bases científicas que la sustentan. Por otro lado, tenemos libros de medicina integrativa como la anatomía de la mente, anatomía humana, y en este último momento hemos publicado el libro El síndrome de Asia. Así que un placer poder ir divulgando toda esta literatura en este hermoso foro. Por otro lado, otro de nuestros objetivos ha sido siempre la divulgación de todo nuestro trabajo en los mejores foros internacionales de acupuntura, de medicina china y de cualquier ciencia que tenga que ver con la salud. Para ello hemos estado siempre divulgando y explicando las virtudes de la acupuntura, las virtudes de la herbolaria en todos los foros, al igual que en televisión y en muchos otros canales divulgativos. Ello, nuestros objetivos en la actualidad es generar lazos de unión a nivel internacional. En la actualidad estamos trabajando muchísimo en Estados Unidos, también en toda Latinoamérica, América Central, América del Sur y en Europa, siendo para nosotros un objetivo también realizar una relación internacional entre China y nuestra institución. Por lo tanto, es para mí un placer estar con todos ustedes, pudiéndoles presentar cuál es nuestro trabajo de más de 25 años a nivel internacional y a nivel nacional. Sería un auténtico placer poder compartir con todos ustedes nuestras inquietudes y hacer que la acupuntura, la medicina china, la herbolaria, llegue a los más altos cánones de la exigencia académica. Para ello, nosotros estamos trabajando muy duramente y es, como hemos dicho, un placer poder colaborar a nivel internacional. Un abrazo y nos seguimos viendo.
Okay, so I'm very happy to hear so much interesting discussion and so many like interesting opinions from attendants today. Let me summarize some key points for today. First, we talk about the idea or impression of traditional Chinese medicine, and all international talents today talked about the history and the philosophy, and also some diagnostic methods and different treatment methods. And also, based on their own experience, they talked about their impression and their understanding of Chinese medicine. And also, we talked about the two major features or characteristic of traditional Chinese medicine. One is holism. Another is a treatment based on patent differentiation. And the most fundamental philosophy is the correspondence between human and nature. That's also the principle for our diagnosis and the treatment. Man is part of nature, so man should correspond to the nature. So in a word, Chinese medicine is not only a kind of medicine. It's it's also a kind of philosophy. It's also important part of Chinese culture, and also it's a kind of lifestyle. That is, man should correspond to nature.